Welcome to the Connecting Life podcast. I'm your host, Dianaboskma, and I'm here to help you connect the dots of life so that you can live your best life in a healthy and fulfilling way. Today, I'm talking with Dolly Narayan, who is a friend of mine and a life and inclusion coach. She's also an art therapist and just overall an amazing human being. Dolly, would you please tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Hi, Diana. Thank you so much for this opportunity, really, to be chatting and what you said, about really just sharing experience to help each other,
Yeah.
you know. So, when we talk about sharing experiences to help each other, there's one story which comes to my mind. Can I share that?
Yeah, go for it.
So, there is an Indian mythology, a myth, I'm sorry, an Indian myth, which says
Yeah.
that, Indra, the god of
Hmm.
the wind, I think. Hmm? Over his palace hung a huge net. It's called Indra's net. Hmm?
Hmm.
And at the intersection of each joint hmm,
Yeah.
was a jewel. Hmm?
Pretty.
So the whole metaphor is that with and this net, spread in all directions to infinity. So
Yeah.
when any one jewel shines, it gets reflected in the others.
Yes.
So it's
Oh,
really actually a story of the interconnectedness of life and of how
yeah.
human beings can really support each other.
Mm, that's actually a really cool thing. I like it. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. So, everybody, Dolly and I will have a conversation about her journey with cancer, which has been quite the journey, to be fair. So, it started quite some years ago for you, didn't it?
Yes. My first diagnosis happened in 2016,
That is 10 years ago already.
almost 10 years ago. And
Yeah.
it happened 2 months after I had an ACL tear. I'm not an athletic person. I'm not a sports
Hmm.
person. I just walk and swim
Hmm.
sometimes. But I had an ACL tear.
Wow.
And yeah, and I had a surgery, and I was recovering from that. uh, about 2 or 3 months later, I was diagnosed with cancer. So my physio had to stop, and that the effect of that has carried on even now. But well, so that was 2016 I was diagnosed first, and then in 2016 November, and then in 2018 December, about a year and 18 months later, I had a recurrence.
Oof.
Yeah,
That sounds really, really difficult.
yeah, it was. I mean, one is prepared that it can happen anytime,
Hmm.
but I didn't expect it to happen so quickly.
No, I totally get that because that's really fast after each other.
Yeah.
Were, were you even because some of the journeys through all the treatments take ages.
Hmm.
Were you already done with the treatments from the first
Yeah, yeah,
diagnosis?
yes. So my treatment essentially because was a surgery, a
Hmm.
laparotomy,
Yeah.
and then 6 cycles of chemo. This is the first time around.
Okay.
And after that, when I had the recurrence, it had to be the same thing, the same laparotomy, the same 6 cycles of chemo. But in addition, there was this a procedure called HIPEC, which is done post the surgery, I mean, or
Yeah.
rather during the surgery. And
Oh.
your inside, your abdomen is washed with chemo at 50 degrees to, to really destroy any chemo cells, cancer cells, which might be there.
Hmm. Oh.
So that happened, and that in itself is a well, life-threatening procedure. The
Yeah.
operating theater was stainless steel. I was quite in a trance when I went in and I saw that, because it has to be done with uh, whatever levels of
Yeah.
care and
Hmm.
hygiene and the rest of it. So anyway, so that happened. So the treatment was essentially absolutely the same both times round. In addition, there was this HIPEC treatment, and then after that has been just I've been on a maintenance drug,
Hmm.
a hormonal drug, really,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
not immunotherapy or anything, but just a hormonal drug. And
Okay.
it is now mm, 7 years since my recurrence.
Okay. That's, yeah.
Yeah, this
That
June
sounds
it'll be up.
promising.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Wow.
so that's how it has been.
So emotionally, that must have been quite the journey, because first of all you get the diagnosis, and then not even that long after, for a second time,
Mm,
that must have hit quite hard emotionally. So how did you manage to, because you're, the way I've gotten to know you, you're quite a positive person. So that's been this thing of,
mm,
wow, how did you deal with it all?
yeah. So I had seen some very close friends and aunts
Yeah.
who had gone through cancer and had died, and and seen the trauma that chemo can happen. Chemo
Yeah.
can wreak real havoc on you, right?
Yeah. 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 That's for sure.
So I'd seen that, So when that happened to me, it was was the more than the uh, possibility of death. It
Mm-hmm.
was the treatment which was bothering me.
Yeah.
The fact that I had to go through the chemos and that kind of thing. So yes, of course, initially that the very fact, you always feel like this is something that happens to somebody else.
Yeah.
The
Ideally.
bomb will not fall on my backward. The missiles won't come here. They'll be in somebody else. But
Yes.
well, it can come anywhere.
Yeah.
So initially, so that took a little bit of getting used to, and it was actually multiple things. It was not a linear,
Mm-hmm.
um, um, what can I say, emotional roller coaster. Really went up and down, up
Yeah.
and down,
Yeah.
and of course it was hard. My biggest thing was that my daughter was just 12 years old
Oh, that's
at
so
that
young.
point in time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my biggest fear, even more than the fact that I would die. It was
Mm-hmm.
that, she would, she would be on her own. I mean, we
Yeah.
have family, we have everything. That's not that she would be alone, but I wouldn't be there for her. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that was my biggest worry. But
Yeah, that
having
makes sense.
said that, yeah, but having said that, very quickly, uh, my family and my friends, my close friends that I've grown up with,
Yeah.
and not just my friends that I've grown up with, in the where I live, in my community,
Mm-hmm.
the friends that who are here, and newer friends. So it was actually literally, in a way, one was being bathed with a lot of compassion and a lot of care.
Oh, that's really beautiful. That
Yeah,
will be very emotionally, at least, really helpful to
yeah,
to feel
very,
carried like that.
yeah, very, very much so. So that was one thing which really gave me a lot of sustenance. And the
Yeah.
other thing is that I've been practicing Buddhism for the
Mm-hmm.
last 34 years now. And when I was diagnosed, I had already been practicing for about 25 years. So I think somewhere these 25 years of journey had strengthened me, uh, you
Yeah.
know, unconsciously, subconsciously. There
Yes.
is something that when uh, you know, spirituality actually gives, and I'm not talking about spirituality linked to just religion,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
spirituality does give you a lot of strength.
Yes. Yes.
It answers a lot of your, well, existential questions also. And
Yep.
because I practice Buddhism, it also was very logical to me. It's
Mm-hmm.
not that, uh, it followed reason, so, and it is
Yes.
not that, one was living in la la land and this and that. No
Mm-hmm.
hype and stuff like that. It's very rooted in reality,
Yeah.
in daily life, in
Yeah.
death and living, everything. So,
Yes.
and so I also have, seniors in faith, my co-believers, practitioners. So from that front also, I got a lot. Actually, I really, really got a lot from people around me.
Yeah, that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that would
And
be so nurturing, so
yeah, very,
help. Yeah. Yeah.
very nurturing, and yes, at the end of the day, yes, very, it's a cliche that you come alone, you go alone, but it's the truth. And that's why
Yes.
cliches are basic
Yeah.
truths, right?
Yep. They
That's
are.
why they
Yeah.
become cliches.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So where, internally, of course, there was a lot of churning, a lot of, but, just being with people, being cared by them, then relying on studying my Buddhist literature, texts, and chanting and prayers, and, just kept me together.
Yeah.
And initially, it would kept me together, and afterwards, the more I engaged with my own practice, the more I also saw some level of, um, meaning to even what I was going through.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes. Yeah.
maybe there's meaning or acceptance, but it was not fatalistic when I say acceptance.
Hmm.
It was okay,
Yeah.
you know. And I think
Yeah.
that's my biggest gift, which I feel my practice has given me, is that after a point in time, even though I was suffering physically and emotionally at times,
Yeah.
I was still able to do whatever I wanted to do and still be
Hmm.
joyful. It's not that I was not joyful,
Yeah.
you
That
know.
makes a difference. Yeah.
So I was going through a lot, but I was not really, I can't say I was suffering too much.
Hmm.
I think maybe because of the nurturing environment I was in.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Maybe
sounds
that.
like for you, life was worth living and it stayed worth living. There was not this point of I don't want to anymore. There
No,
was this
no,
point
no.
of no, I'm going to do this. This
Yeah,
is it's worth it, and that makes a huge difference to people.
yeah. And actually, Diana, more than I'm going to do this, it was more like it is what it is.
An even
Because
better perspective.
because
Yes.
yeah, because I did not know what would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen so many people, close
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
friends, dearest friends, I've lost to cancer. Right.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it was just that dealing with the the uncertainty.
Mm-hmm.
What you say, that tolerance of uncertainty.
Yes.
I think
Which is
that is
that's
what,
not an easy thing to do for a lot of people, and
yeah,
that's literally life because you never know what tomorrow will bring or whether it will
absolutely.
even bring tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. You know,
Yeah.
so it was a lot of that also. So
Mm.
one was aware that,
Yeah.
of the uncertainty of everything. But
Yes.
again, this whole thing of life is now and in the moment. Ultimately, that's all that is important.
Yep.
So, those all those things, uh, I think one started living it,
Yeah.
you know,
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Yeah. Being
just
present in the now
in the now.
is, yeah, it's all you
And
got anyway. So,
absolutely. And for me also, the other thing, like my daughter was such a concern. So my whole thing was, that I mean, I was thinking that even if something happens to me, let me create memories for her.
mm, yeah.
So where something started with an effort, after a while, it became effortless,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So
Yeah.
just to keep it up. So we were all very practical. We were all like husband, daughter, myself. Okay, I'm going for my chemo. When I come back, after one day, I'm okay. After 2, 3 days, I'll have this. After 5 days, I'm fine. Okay,
Mm,
now she's
yeah.
resting. And then, okay, then everybody can come in, and friends were coming, and neighbors were coming, and everybody, and whatever. So,
Yeah.
and then I had my beanie cap. I had friends who got me. Now in India, they're available, but earlier, you had these soft beanie caps for your cancer
Mm,
scalp. When
yeah.
the hair becomes, your scalp becomes very sensitive. So I had
Yeah.
friends who brought that, who traveled abroad, who brought that. So I was also quite stylish. Some of them were in turban, like style like a
Oh,
turban and whatever. So,
nice.
just one just continued. So what everything was
Yeah.
very practical.
Yeah.
Somewhere we also became practical
Mm-hmm.
as a family, as a family.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to take it one step at a time. So,
And just address what is in front of you. And I think for me, now that it's 7 years into, I mean, post my recurrence, I think
mm-hmm.
in a way that was some kind. Not that I don't go down now at times or feel disheartened and
Mhm.
stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I do feel I'm able to bounce back much faster
I can
because
imagine. Yeah.
because despite the disappointment, sometimes things happen even now. But that learning of just trying to live in the present
Hmm.
and take care of what is in front of you right now, I think
Yeah.
that has held me in good stead.
Yes. Yeah, I can see that because you have to focus on what is. Basically, we all should, but we can all just go to the future and go to the past in our thoughts. But the moment
Mm,
you can focus more on what we have right now, what
mm,
do we deal with right now? And if it's fun, great. If it's not so much fun, still deal with it.
yeah.
I think that makes life a whole lot different than when you start to think about the past and the future a lot.
Mm,
And that's what I've over the years I've known a lot of people who have, well, many have died of cancer, but also many who have survived. And those who've survived, they certainly had a very different view on life afterwards.
mm,
They all started to live more in the now,
mm,
which has been
mm,
really interesting to see because clearly that's a crucial point,
mm,
and also made sure that every day was a good day. So
mm,
one of my friends, I think that's like 25 years ago that she had cancer now, something like that, a good 20 years ago. And
mm,
for her, it's always been what do I want to do? I
mm,
want to do that. I'll make it happen.
mm,
Because she doesn't know whether she can do it next year or whatever, because
mm,
that's what cancer taught her, that she does not know how long she has.
mm,
A lot of people live in this view of, oh, I have until I'm 90 or I have until I'm 100.
mm.
But you just don't know. Now, with
Yeah,
cancer, that's, I guess, more emphasized as in you don't know how
yeah,
long you have, so
yeah,
you
yeah,
make the
yeah.
most of it now.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's, so one lives a little. See, everybody knows
Hmm.
that you can walk out today, you can be the healthiest person, the right BMI, everything, and yet drop dead for whatever
Yep.
reason, get knocked over, bus, car, whatever. Huh?
Yeah.
We know that anything can happen to anybody anytime. But I just feel that when you go through something like this, you've seen, uh, in a way, it's like you're not dead, but you
Hmm.
experience it closely.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
then after that, what happens is that mindfulness with which you live
Hmm.
changes.
Yes. Yeah.
And really, small things uh, just fill you with so much of gratitude. Like the
Hmm.
other day when I was like, okay, during my treatment, etc., I wouldn't be able to go for my prayer meetings, go and meet people. I would
Yeah. That makes
invariably be
sense.
home and all of that.
Yeah.
So now, even now, the other day when I was traveling, on my own, I went to Chennai. I went out to another city to meet some people, and I just felt that I'm just so grateful that I'm able to travel on my own, do things what I want to do. So
Yeah.
it's just like flashes of gratitude also, come when you're doing
Hmm.
something very
Yeah.
ordinary. And I think the my biggest learning has been to be grateful for an ordinary life.
Mm. Yeah.
Just an
That
ordinary
makes.
life. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, that's probably all we really need.
Yeah. So the very fact it's a boring routine, it's a day, I'm good with that. I'm so good,
Mhm. Yeah.
you know?
Well, there is this thing about gratitude that makes life much nicer, much easier.
Yeah,
So seeing what most of us have a roof over our heads, we have food on the table, we have clothing. That's a lot to be grateful for already. There are
very.
some in this world who don't have that.
Mm, yeah.
Some of those are still very grateful,
Mm,
despite not having everything they need. So,
yeah.
yeah.
So those have been the learnings, and I just feel that we can all continue to polish our lives, and we should try our
Yeah,
best.
of course. Yeah.
But so one does fall into your own negative patterns and your critical
Mm,
self-talk and all of that. Those things happen.
yeah.
But by and large, it's a better upward graph, I would say.
Yeah, I can
and just how
imagine.
you are with yourself. I
Hmm.
think I think that's all right. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Well, that's one of the other important things is being happy with your own company.
Oh yes.
That creates so much more peace in life that when you don't like yourself,
Mm,
that's a tough thing to go through.
mm.
And I think when you go through cancer, you got to start really liking yourself a lot more than you probably did before.
Actually, yes. And do things, and one is liking, and the other thing is also um actively engaging in self care.
Hmm. Yeah.
Actively engaging. One must nurture your own self.
Yeah.
You know, take care
Yeah.
of your mind, take care of your body, take care of you know
Hmm.
everything, your emotions. Just take care
Yes.
of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
one hears, whether it's scientifically proven or not, one doesn't know, but I don't think it's really correct because the nicest of people can also get cancer. Mm.
True.
So
Yep.
initially, is that you hear this, that yeah, when people are very anxious or very angry and then they get cancer. It's not really true, because I know some
No,
very calm and beautiful people who had that,
same.
right?
Yes.
I'm not counting myself in those, but you know,
Yeah.
you know, people who have had that. But so when I was going through it, because one heard that all these negative emotions make your body acidic, and it's not good to have cancer grows in an acidic environment, right? So I would catch myself. So when I was feel negative or angry or feel down and low or
Hmm.
pessimistic, I would catch myself and breathe deeply and do whatever and
Hmm.
try and get out of that feeling
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
listen to some songs or my playlist and whatever, you know. So initially that also became, because I was very mindful about not being negative,
Hmm. Yeah.
you know. And one more thing, which I really felt is that uh, I never felt like, in my life, I have turned my life around many times. When I
Hmm. Yeah.
changed careers, I did this,
Yeah.
I fought, family taboos and all that kind of thing I've done, right?
Yep.
So, been a
Yes.
fighter. But when this happened, I never thought I'm going to fight cancer. I have to win it. Not
Mm.
really. That
Hmm.
didn't come to me, you know.
I've
I
heard that
just,
from others as well. Yeah.
yeah, I just stayed with it.
Hmm.
And I just
Yeah.
stayed with it. And well, it was like an
Yeah.
entity that I
Hmm.
had also to take care of,
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I heard someone who who came through a whole cancer journey who was explaining that for her it was good to be present with the cancer, to go into dialogue,
mm,
asking what it was really this journey of having a dialogue with the cancer, as in why are you here, what's happening, and feeling much more in tune with things and also in tune with her own body, because through that she learned so much from her own body, because it wasn't just it was that what she started with, but then she started focusing more on the signals of her body, because she's that was the first starting point of it,
mm,
to be present with the cancer, but then realizing there's so much more to my body.
mm,
And for her, it's been a whole journey of getting to know herself in a
mm,
very different way, but also being much better with boundaries and much
mm,
clearer with communication and not taking a lot from other people anymore. Not being a people pleaser anymore. That completely, she was a massive people pleaser and it left completely. It's gone.
mm.
There's nothing
Yeah,
left of that. So
yeah,
it's really interesting how it changes people for the better.
absolutely. Yeah. And I think for me, like exactly what you're saying, boundaries is something I always had a problem with,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think I'm much better with boundaries now, much better.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
much better also with myself for having those boundaries. Earlier, I would have
Mm.
boundaries, but you feel guilty or something, all those kind of tug and war always happens, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think I'm more comfortable with my boundaries and myself.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with my boundaries.
Hmm. Yeah. Everybody should be, because your
Yeah,
boundaries are your boundaries. It's how your life works. People pleasing
Absolutely.
does not help others or yourself, especially not yourself, but definitely also it makes relationships with others really complex. So
Mm.
it doesn't give clarity. So yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's been quite the journey for you. Twice is
Yeah. Yeah.
that's rough.
And sometimes, now like I said, about 7 years. It's the last, couple of years or so. Sometimes I just forget that I ever had
Mhm.
cancer, and then suddenly,
Mhm.
then so then that I suddenly remember. I said, "Oh,
Yeah,
okay."
yeah,
You know what I mean? Sometimes you
yep,
just, so I guess it's like what people say, no, what childbirth is like. You forget the pain.
yeah.
So sometimes I do forget the intensity of everything. Like now,
Yeah.
when I look back, I just look at it as as an opportunity, as a moment, or other moments
Mhm.
when I just, well, I think grew and became a little stronger.
Yeah.
Right? I just look at it like that. But there must have been a lot of pain, suffering, physical pain. And I can't really. I mean, I never dwelt on that, and I don't remember
Mhm.
any of that. So
Yeah. The thing
I
is, when
just
you
let
live
it
in the
go.
moment, you experience it at that point, but the moment you're not experiencing it, you're in a different moment, and
Mm.
that's likely a more pleasant moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's that presence with what is. That's usually what makes us move through things easier.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So we've had quite a bit of an interesting talk. Do you have any last words of wisdom that you'd like to share with those watching? You are a wise woman. I know that much.
Actually, not okay. So I'll just share one line from the Beatles.
Cool.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be. I think let it be is also a
That's
good
a
way
good
to
one.
live.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think,
Let it be.
you know, whether
Yep.
it's your own life or the state of the world around you or
Mm-hmm.
people, I mean, as human beings, we would react, but if we can just keep holding ourselves back, and
Yes.
just finding your own equilibrium, and then,
Yeah.
you know, and as far as possible to respect people and yourself,
Mm.
and just let it be.
Let it be. Yep. I do
Yep.
like that one. So we are at the end of our conversation. When people want to contact you, what is for you the best way to do that?
Uh, I think on my email ID would be good.
All
Mm.
right. I
And
can add
so
that to
then,
the description.
yeah, so on email, and then we can fix up a time to talk and chat
All
if
right.
anybody
All
would
right.
want to ask me anything specific, or about
All right.
anything.
All right. Great. Well, I'll definitely share your email address in the description of the video then. And then I want to tell you that I really enjoyed that conversation. I learned more about you, which was great. I didn't really enjoy it. It was, the bit about presence and things. I really, really liked it. So thank you very much for joining me today for this recording.
And thank you so much, Diana, for sharing uh, all this. And in a way, it's reminding me to put my act together again.
All good. Well,
Okay.
till next time. Bye.
Yes. Thank you so much. Bye bye.